students. Today is the sixth day of first lesson gravitation from science section A. Along with the many concepts, some last concepts from the lesson we are discussing now, and within that one, gravitational potential energy. See, focus on each and every word of this point. The first is energy. What is energy? Energy is a capacity to do work. Due to energy, we can do the work. Then energies are of many kinds. Many kind of energies: chemical energy, muscular energy, then potential energy, kinetic energy. Different kind of energies we have learned in the previous standard. Now we are discussing only for the potential energy. What is meant by potential energy? That also we have learned in the previous standards. See, what is the definition here? Potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its position. So as the position gets changed, the energy stored within that object also gets changed. One example for that: when we are going to consider one object of mass m, it is on the surface of earth. So when object is on the surface of earth, its height h is equal to 0. And then these are the two factors which will affect the potential energy, because potential energy we have learned that is equal to mgh. G is a gravitational acceleration, and when we consider for the lower distances or lower height, then it is constant, that is 9.8 meter per second square. And so this potential energy for that object m is totally dependent on height, that is directly proportional to height. Height increases, potential energy goes on increasing. Then when object is raised at height h, then definitely at position A, here potential energy, because of h is not there, h is 0, height is not there, so potential energy at ground level is 0. But as the object increases in height, that means reaches point A to point B, height increases, and because of that increased height, potential energy goes on increasing. So here potential energy is equal to mgh. Then it is another point. Which one? Gravitational potential energy is our point. Is it clear for you what is potential energy? Potential energy is energy stored in an object because of its position. As position gets changed, definitely energy gets changed. Capacity to do work is changed. One again good example. Suppose we have taken one stone, raised at some height, and dropped on your leg. Then it will hurt or not? But the same stone, if it is raised near about 20 to 30 feet from the surface of earth and then dropped, it will hurt more, though the stone is same. Why you will get more injury in the second incidence? Because of that height, the same stone stored lot energy because of increased height. Now we are discussing gravitational potential energy. Only one word. This potential energy, or you are raising that object, but where you are raising? Within the gravitational pull or not? When we are focusing on the object when it is at A, definitely there is a force of attraction towards the center of earth. And when object is raised at height from A to B, B to C, C to D, whatever will be the height, again the force, same force is acting on that object towards the vertically downward, towards the center of earth. Then we are raising this height within the gravitational field of earth, and so this potential energy acquired by that object because of that gravitation. And so by adding only one word, we come to get the definition of the gravitational potential energy, that potential energy, now what? Gravitational potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its position, but where? In a gravitational field. It is the complete definition of gravitational potential energy. But see here, when the lower height is there, that is when object is on the ground, definitely potential energy is zero. Why it is zero? Because H is zero, so gravitational potential energy is also zero. So gravitational potential energy is dependent on height of an object from the surface of Earth. That is the first point. When object is on ground, when object is on ground, here condition is H is equal to 0. So the gravitational potential energy, that is M into G into H, as here H is 0, total answer we are getting 0. So on ground or on object, when it is on the ground or surface of Earth, the potential energy is 0. Then second point, when H is small compared to radius of the Earth, as compared to radius of the Earth, when 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer or 10 kilometer, that is height from the surface of Earth, G is constant and that G is 9.8 meter per second square. And for that constant G, at the smaller heights only, potential energy is calculated by this formula, that is mgh. But again the third factor is there, for infinite distance from the surface of Earth. See here, what is going to happen here? When object is here, height is 0. When here object is moving upward, definitely height increases. But along with this, gravitational force decreases. Why decreases? Because gravitational force is inversely proportional to square of distance between the Earth and that object. And as height increases, both the objects, one is Earth and one that own object or original object, moves farther away from each other, then distance increases. And as increase in distance in between the object and that Earth, force goes on decreasing. So consider this is the point D. Here totally G is equal to 0. So acceleration is 0. When that object reaches at point D, it crosses the gravitational pull. Now this object will not come down because force is not acting on that object, and so as here G0, mg is also 0, so potential energy, that is gravitational potential energy, is also 0 beyond the gravitational pull. When it is in the gravitational pull, little potential energy it having, but when it crosses the gravitational pull, definitely as G is 0, mg is also 0, so gravitational potential energy is 0 at infinity. So what is here? For infinite distance from the Earth, as G is 0, acceleration due to gravity is 0, then potential energy is also 0. Then how to calculate, or what is the formula to calculate the gravitational potential energy? So we are focusing on the third part here. What is that one? At any distance, that is height. Distance means what? The distance in between Earth and the object, that is actually height. From the surface of the Earth, potential energy, that is gravitational potential energy, is calculated by G m m r plus h. What is G? It is a constant of gravity. What is m? Mass of Earth. What is n? Small m. That is mass of an object. R, radius, and h is height of object from the surface of Earth, because as it increases, definitely potential energy goes on increasing. But one problem is here, why this gravitational potential energy is considered as a negative? See here, this is the surface of Earth, and when object is here, and you are raising that object at particular height, and object reaches here, and this is the last limit. Beyond this limit, there is not a gravitational field, and just the object has managed to cross the gravitational pull. So here definitely this potential energy, that is gravitational potential energy, is equal to 0. Then see here, as you are going up, definitely at one instant or one location, potential energy is 0. Now consider this one is a x-axis and this one is a y-axis. That is y, and this is 0 because here potential energy is 0. So x-axis, this is the positive side of x-axis. This one is a negative side of one axis. This one is a positive side of y-axis and this one is a negative side of y-axis. So as you will go up within the Cartesian plane, that is positive or not. But now here, as you are moving downward, don't only use this example or use this knowledge only to understand why we are considering this one as a negative. When potential energy is 0 here, and as you are moving down, all the distances are considered as a negative or not. And so here, for the smaller distances than the infinity, definitely this all values are negative, and so we have considered here potential energy, that is gravitational potential energy, is negative. So once again, what is quick look? What is the potential energy? Potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its position. As change in position, definitely change in potential energy. But only by adding one word. Which one? Gravitational potential energy is energy stored in an object due to its position. But where? In a gravitational field. We are getting the definition. So how to find this one? Gravitational potential energy at ground level, that is on the surface of Earth, it is 0. As height increases, gravitational force goes on increasing for the smaller distances. But when the larger distances are there, value of G starts to decrease, and so gravitational energy starts to decrease, and at one level where G is equal to 0, this gravitational potential energy becomes 0. So what is the formula to find this one? Gravitational potential energy is equal to gravitational constant into mass of Earth into mass of object divided by radius of Earth plus height of object from the surface of Earth. Why it is negative? Because at certain level or at infinity, from the surface of Earth, potential energy, that is gravitational potential energy, is 0. As we are coming shorter distance than the infinity, definitely it is negative side, and so we are indicating here negative side. So potential energy is here negative. But we are discussing, that is escape velocity. Before discussing the escape velocity, just go through this example. The first example, within this first example, the blue line indicates surface of Earth, and we are throwing object upward by applying the force. As you are leaving the object, definitely because of that force, it having the velocity, and that velocity is initial velocity. So initial velocity may be different. You can give the force more the initial velocity, less the force, less the initial velocity. The small baby will not throw the stone with the great force, so it will not carry the longer distance. But if you throw the stone upward, definitely your force is more, and so it will carry the longer distance. So see here, u is the initial velocity. Because of your given force, then here it will convert into kinetic energy. Here potential energy is 0 and it having kinetic energy. Because of kinetic energy, it starts to move upward. As it is moving upward, because of its energy given by your force, then it starts to raise in height, but at the same time gravitational pull is downward. It is pulling down. The object is moving upward, gravitational pull is downward, so velocity goes on decreasing, and at one instant it will be 0. And when this velocity is 0, totally kinetic energy is 0, and here because of change in position from ground level to higher level, this object, the object thrown by you, having potential energy. And now what is going to happen? It having the potential energy now within the gravitational field, and so only one force is remaining, that is gravitational force downward, and the object starts to move towards vertically downward toward the center of Earth, and here gravitational energy will start to change in kinetic energy. So again the object will come down. Then can we calculate the highest distance traveled by the object because of your initial force? So see here. Initial force or initial velocity is u, that is given by u. Final velocity is always 0 because the object will come to at rest finally by achieving the maximum height. So always we should consider this one as a 0. Acceleration due to gravity is negative g because object is moving upward. Then by using the Newton's law related to motion, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V final velocity, u initial velocity, a acceleration, but now here acceleration due to gravity, and s displacement, that means maximum distance traveled by that stone. We can consider here s as a h, that is height of object gained because of that initial velocity. So v is 0, u to a negative g into s. So here u square minus 2gs we are getting. If negative 2gs carry this left side, it will convert positive. So 2g into s is equal to u square. Now we want to find value of s. So s is equal to 2g, which is for multiplication, it will carry for division. So finally, how much height gained by that object or the displacement in the initial position and final position of a stone can be given by u square divided by 2g. That means this displacement is directly proportional to square of initial velocity. More the initial velocity, more the distance it will carry. So see here now, by giving a little force, u1 is less than u2, that is u2 is more than u1. More the initial velocity, more the height the stone will or that object will achieve. So in first incidence, u1 was little, so little height gained by that object. Then u1 is less but u2 is more. As more initial velocity, definitely the object will carry the longer distance and the height achieved by that object is little high. Then third one, see, u3 is greater than u2, so greater the initial velocity, again greater the distance the object will achieve. But see, the line here, this last line is for indicating the gravitational field. Beyond this line, gravitational force will not work. Why? Because gravitational force is inversely proportional to square of distance. So as distance increases, gravitational force decreases, and definitely gravitational force, as there is a decrease, definitely it is 0 at instant. So this is the line indicating where gravitational force is 0. Now within the third example, because of your greater initial velocity, definitely the object will achieve the greater height. But find the location here. It is just below the gravitational limit. That means this object is within the gravitational field. So definitely downward pull is there. Then again object will come towards the ground and hit the ground. But when we focus on the fourth example, see here. Now here u4 is greater than u3. That means initial velocity is greater now. Because of that larger initial velocity, initial means a very forcefully you have thrown that object, definitely that object will reach the largest height. But see here, object just above the gravitational field, and so just on this object, now because of its initial velocity, now that object is able to overcome the gravitational pull, and once it overcomes the gravitational pull, definitely it will escape from the gravitational field it will not be attracted down by the gravitation, by the earth or by the gravitational field, and it will go beyond the gravitational pull. It will escape forever. So this is escape of, or the object can escape from the gravitational field with the help of this initial velocity. So escape velocity is nothing but initial velocity. The initial velocity with which the object can travel long distance and escape from the gravitational pull. It will escape forever. It will not fall back on the earth. This initial velocity is called as escape velocity, or the initial velocity which escape the object. So escape velocity is nothing but the initial velocity. So how we can define the initial escape velocity? See here. Escape velocity is a initial velocity of an object. Firstly, you are giving that one, with which object is able to overcome the downward pull by the earth. Now, because of the achieved height, object will not be pulled by the gravitational force because it is beyond the field by the earth, and that object can escape forever and it will not fall back on the earth. So such a initial velocity is called as escape velocity. Now we have to derive the equation for escape velocity. See, for an object of mass m, we have whatever be the mass of our object. First, when object is on the surface of earth, when object is on the surface of earth, its kinetic energy is given by 1/2 into mv square, and its potential energy is definitely negative gmm divided by r. Why only r? Because now it is on the surface of earth, just near the surface of earth, or the distance in between the earth's surface and the object is very smaller than the radius. So this equation became. So what is total energy? The total energy of that object when it is on the surface of earth is kinetic energy plus potential energy. So E1 is a total energy when it is on the ground. So kinetic energy plus potential energy. So E1 is equal to 1/2 mv square plus negative gmm divided by r. So see here, E1 is equal to 1/2 mv square minus gmm r. This is the final equation we are getting, that is equation number 1. When object is at infinite distance from the earth, when the infinite distance, definitely potential energy is negative gmm r plus h, that is r plus h is infinity, and just we have discussed, when object is at infinite distance, it crosses the gravitational pull and definitely its potential energy is 0, and otherwise kinetic energy at the distance is 0, because when object will escape the gravitational pull, definitely it come to rest and this kinetic energy is also 0. So total energy is E2 is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So E2 is equal to 0 plus 0, that is 0, that is equation number 2. Now, from the principle of conservation of energy, energy neither be created, energy nor be destroyed, it can be transferred from one form of energy to another form of energy, that we have learned in previous standards. So, whatever may be the energy on the ground level, that should be energy at infinite level. So, E1 is equal to E2. What is E1? Left hand side. E2, 0. So this negative gmm upon r will transfer that side as a positive. So finally mm can cancel, and finally we are getting 1/2 2 for here division, it will carry for multiplication. So finally we are getting v square is equal to 2gm upon r. So as it is square, we should take the square root both the sides. By taking square root of both the sides, we are getting v is equal to square root of 2gm upon r. But see here, gm upon r square is acceleration due to gravity. So we want here r square. So we have to multiply r by again r. So by multiplying and dividing r on the both side, numerator and denominator we are getting 2gm upon r into r divided by r square get converted. So here finally we are reaching v is equal to square root of 2 into gm upon r square into r. See here we have new value we are finding, because here that is gm divided by r square is equal to acceleration due to gravity. So fill this value to this value g, again r. So finally we are reaching v is equal to square root of 2gr. So this is the expression by which, or a formula by which we find the escape velocity for any object to overcome the gravitational pull and escape from the clutches of the gravitational pull, to not to fall back on the earth. Just fill these values to value of g 9.8 and radius of earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6. Then finally we have reached towards 11.2 kilometer per second. Then escape velocity of the earth is 11.2 kilometer per second. With this initial velocity, if you manage to throw the objects upward, definitely it will cross the gravitational pull. So while setting the satellites, artificial satellites, the initial velocity of the rocket should be more than 11.2 kilometer per second. So what we discussed? We have discussed here escape velocity. Then we have derived the formula for the escape velocity. Then the definition of escape velocity, and we have found escape velocity for the earth, that is 11.2 kilometer per second. With this initial velocity, if any object is launched within the space, definitely it will cross the gravitational pull. So far we have discussed total information about gravitational field. It was the last example, our last point from the lesson. With this point, the lesson has ended. Thank you.